the snow and cold. We've got it nice and warm. In here you find both young and old, seeking shelter from the storm. It's the spirit of the sea.
Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 23. Today is Little Christmas Eve, and this is a day of many traditions for us. Ever since my kids were small, on Little Christmas Eve, Peter and I would bring in the tree. We would trim it in the evening so that then when the kids woke up the next morning, the tree was there, just all shiny and amazing. We would have risengrød and we would watch either Christmas Vacation, or before that was available, we would watch Sound of Music. That was back in the days of Flow television. We couldn't just stream what we wanted to watch. We'd have to go with what was on television, which would often be Sound of Music, and that sort of became a Christmas movie for us. But in later years, for the past 20-something years, it's been Christmas Vacation. We also have a newer tradition for this day. Back in 2015, my father-in-law passed away on this very day, and we still miss him terribly. But this day every year, we meet at his grave. We will sing his favorite song, which is a tribute to the island that he was born on, Mors. Skønneste Mors, it's called. And we will also sing his favorite Christmas song. And we will just stand around and chat with him for a while, and then we will go to my mother-in-law, and we will have æbleskiver and gløgg, and just sit and share our memories. So, yeah, it's going to be a nice day. It really is. But before all of that starts to happen, I wanted to come here and open my Advents, show you my granny stripe blanket, and talk about something wonderful that has happened this morning. Let's start by opening up the Advents. Dragon Hoard Yarn and Yarn Cafe Creation. We have a Yarn Cafe Creation Day. I will be seeing Isabella today. She will also come when we all meet at the grave. So maybe this will be one that we can do a little guessing game with. See, this one is surprising. Wow. I wonder what this could be. It's Bathilda's Secret. I don't know that she'll be able to guess that, but then again, she has surprised me so much with her guessing powers. That's kind of a superpower, isn't it? I think it is. We'll also take a look at Camidionets, the Advent inspired by the Danish painter Anna Anker. And I am really enjoying opening all these colors. Even though my hyacinth is done and finished, I still know that I will get to work with this Advent at some point next year. Look what we have here. This is gorgeous, a bluish gray with all the nuances to it. This is a Danish summer sky for sure. This is what it looks like. It's so pretty. I love the grays. And then we have to Pia, from Pia, Day 23, where I have given myself, I don't know what I'm looking at. This is definitely a hand-dyed yarn, but I have no idea what it is. I have completely forgotten. It is beautiful for sure. Yesterday I was like, do I want to make the blanket bigger? Is it big enough as it is? And I actually decided it is big enough as it is. It is close to 2 meters tall. It is the perfect size for a lap blanket. These granny stripe blankets can get rather heavy. I do make mine a little differently, which makes them less heavy and much more drapey than a usual granny stripe, but still, it's big enough. This does not need to be any bigger. So, sorry, the yarn from today is not going to go in here. Let me show you where it's going to go. It is gonna go in here. I started a new granny stripe blanket. I couldn't bear the thought of not crocheting. I have really enjoyed having this project on the go all throughout December. There are so many wonderful Christmas memories crocheted into this blanket. And I wasn't ready to let it go. I was also not ready to letting the blanket grow way out of proportions. So I decided to just cast on another one. I am making this a little bit wider. I think I have 40 more stitches than I did for the first one. And I actually thought, I'm going to tell you how I do the granny stripe. I know everyone has their own way of doing them. But my way of doing them, I enjoy that. So if someone enjoys this kind of blanket too, what I do is I chain a multiple of 4 plus 2. For this one, I chained 202, and for this one, 240 plus 2. Then I do one setup row where I just do single crochets, and I am either going up a hook size or just being mindful to work the stitches quite loosely so that they don't pull in the blanket at the bottom. After working a full setup row, I will then crochet, I will chain 3 to turn the row, then I will skip 3 stitches, and I will work 3 double crochet and chain 1. Skip 3 stitches, work 3 double crochets, chain 1. So the difference is that I have this one chain in between the clusters. Usually you will just work your clusters and not chain in between. But if you chain between the clusters, you will make your blanket more drapey and a little bit lighter, but you also are giving yourself just a little bit of wriggle room if you are, like me, working with many different yarns. I don't, I mean, this is basically DK, but I will also put in an Aran weight, and I will even put in a sport weight, and sometimes I'll hold the sport weight double. I'll figure it out as I go. If the yarn is much thinner, then maybe I'll do 4 double crochets before I chain 1. If the yarn is thicker, I will do my 3 double crochets and then I will continue directly to the next cluster. So omit the chain. So that chain stitch is my wriggle room so that I can accommodate for yarns in many different weights. And I also, like I did on the first one, I change my colors often. I try to have at least 2 or 3 colors per row. Some rows I will even have 4. This one I'm keeping in much lighter colors. So I made this one with all of my dark, my black and my dark gray and my dark brown scraps, just adding in a little bit of red and a little bit of green. This one I'm using all of my lighter grays, like this. And some lighter greens, some sandy beige, and also some almost white. And as you can see somewhere here, I will also add in little clusters of dark gray. So today's color is definitely gonna go into that basket and just give these little pops. I'm not gonna be adding any colors to this, like I had the red and the green on the first one. Here I will let the whites and the almost blacks do the variation that I think a granny stripe needs to look really scrappy, because I like the scrappy look. Yeah. So this is how I make my granny stripes. Oh, I didn't tell you how I turn the row. When I have been making 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip 3, 3 double, chain 1, skip 3. On the last stitch, I make, you can see the last stitch here, I make the 3 double crochets, then I chain 3 and I turn, and then I go in between the clusters under the chain stitches. And this is what I do on every single row. I turn with 3 chains, and then I work into the first cluster, and I work all the way to the chain 3 that was on the previous row. I do a cluster in that one, and then you can see here I did a cluster in the chain 3, and then I chained 3 again and did a new cluster. So this is how I make my granny stripe blankets, which is a little bit different from what you most often see, but I think it works really well when you are working with actual scraps in all different kinds of weights and sorts of yarn. And yeah, I am loving the scrappy look. I really love the blanket. I did say that I had finished this one, which is true. I broke the yarn and I wove in the end. That's the only end I've woven in all the way through the blanket. I'm not. I just tie a knot and I crochet over the ends, and they will be sticking out here and there. I'm sure you can find some when you look at it. I don't care. It's fine. But yeah, I thought I was done. I wove in the end, but then this morning I got a wonderful visit. Hi, Sanne. A beautiful knitty friend stopped by to bring me something very special that I will be showing in a minute, but she also brought a new scrap of hers. She had just been making one of my shawls, the Skærsommernatsdrøm, and she had this left over and thought that would go beautifully with my blanket. So I'm gonna add another row just to use her yarn because she is special. She's a very, very good knitting friend. And I want to put some of her into my blanket as well. So one more row just to be able to add this. What she came to bring me is this. Look at this. This is yarn made with dog hair. For the longest time, she said to me, when you brush Mrs. coat, collect everything that you brush off of her. And I've been doing that. And I had actually a nice bag that I thought, I'm going to bring that next time I see her. Then someone accidentally threw it out. Then this fall, this fall, I wanted to try again. So when Misa started shedding her summer coat, I would then brush her and collect everything. And I told my little granddaughter about it, Isabella. And she was like, that is so cool. Can you make yarn from a dog? Can you even make me a hat then? Then I can wear Misa on my head. And she was totally into it. And Mrs. Coat was very well tended this fall. She was going at it, and Misa enjoyed it, and she enjoyed it, and she would collect it into little Ziploc bags, and then she came to me and let's weigh it, let's see how much there is, and we got a lot. And then during the move, it disappeared. I don't know, there's some sort of black hole that has been very active during this move. There are so many things that we are missing. But yeah, this was terrible. But then I told Sen, and she said, you know what? I'm gonna find some that looks just like Misa. And this does look just like her. She spun this yarn for me. And if you have never seen something knitted with dog hair, it's amazing. It's even fluffier than Angora. It's so fluffy. It doesn't look too fluffy in the skein. I mean, you can see the floof, but it's not when you start working with it. And here is enough for a hat for Isabella. I cannot wait to show her. She is gonna be so very excited. So yeah, thank you, Sen. This is amazing. I can't wait to work with this. Yeah, this is a good day. Such a wonderful start to the day. Now I'm actually gonna fold a book. When my grandchildren here in Denmark, when they have had their name-giving party, I have folded all the books to show their name. So when you open the book, you can see their name in there. I never did that for Theodore because his name-giving party disappeared in sickness and moving and all sorts of things going on. So I decided I'm going to fold it so that he can get it for Christmas. It is a lot of fun doing that. It's much easier than I thought. It does take some time and some concentration, some focus. I am going to put in my show notes the book that I used to as a guide. There is this very, very nice manual that's available on Kindle that will just hold your hand throughout. It has all sorts of different patterns you can make, and then it has the alphabet so that you can make names. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Very soon my son and the two boys are gonna arrive, Victor and Theodore. We're just gonna hang out and have fun until it's time to go to the church, to my father-in-law's grave.
It's white outside and the night is cold. Everyone's lighting candles in their homes. Yes, it's Christmas. It's a magic time. You can feel it in the air, that every child got their hearts filled up with joy. Yes, it's Christmas all around. Oh, snow is falling down, all the colored lights lighting up this town. And as I walk outside, hear the Christmas choir sing, Merry Christmas to you.
We are done now. Finally, the table is set, the tree is trimmed, all the presents are here. All we need are our families. They will come tomorrow. Now we are gonna eat in just a moment. Peter is cooking, heating up the raisingrot and also preparing 2 of the ducks for tomorrow. I just wanted to show you one thing here on the table. Actually, 2 little things. Do you see these little coasters? I made these. It's a free pattern from Lulu Loves Crochet, her blog. It's just called a coaster and they're so simple and easy and so cute when you set them on the table like this. Also on the table we have these little candles at each place. Tomorrow when we start Christmas dinner, there will be candles all the way down the table. And then we will count down and all of us will light our own little candle at the same time. The person who keeps their candle alive the longest is going to win a present. Because that's what Christmas is about. Winning and presents. Right. I hope. Is my raisingrot done now?
It's done.
Yay. I'm gonna eat and then I'm gonna watch Christmas Vacation. See you tomorrow.
I'm not wasting any dreams this Christmas. I've made my wish upon that star.